I'm still watching this. I think I'm like on episode 6 of this. Feel like now I'm plugging this show, but it really is really good. This Secrets and Mystery School or something like that on Gaia channel. Is this Johnny Enoch is the narrator. It is really good. It's really informative. It has a lot of really good information, but there was something I wanted to talk about because I kind of have been talking about it a little. Even this morning I kind of said something about it. So on this episode, I think it was episode 5, he started talking about the ages. And if you saw that documentary, it was a pretty long time ago. It was called Zeitgeist. I guess a Zeitgeist documentary. I don't know. But it talked a lot about religion and symbolism and what it represented in different places and all this stuff. It was really good. But so this show, he kind of does a lot of that too. But his seems like I don't know, maybe he's an archaeologist or something. Or he somehow has a lot of contact with them. I'm not sure. But he has a lot of stuff about archaeology and stuff. So anyways, what he was talking about with the changing of the ages and this symbolism. And so the Piscean age was about the Son of God, Son being the sun, which he goes through the planetary systems and how they're represented in our calendar and stuff. And so he was talking about the so easy to get me distracted. So he was talking about the so Jesus being the Son of God, and this was during this Piscean time of where it was showing us good and bad, right? But it was this something about the fish and that Jesus could create 2 fishermen out of 2 fish or something. You'd have to watch it to get the. That's one thing I'm not good at is direct quote. But he was talking about all of this representation about Jesus. And at the end of the Piscean age, the Jesus ceases to exist, which goes so much. And so at the age of Aquarius is represented by this guy who brings water. And so in the Bible, at some point, since I'm not a scholar of the Bible, I don't know, you can go in and watch the show or, read the Bible or whatever. But he was saying that that the 2 of the apostles or something were asking Jesus, well, where will we find you at the end of this age, the end of this Piscean age that we're exiting now? It's why it's being destroyed. It's the end of it. So they asked him where he would be found. And he said, at the place where the man is putting the water, the age of Aquarius. And so when you think about that, that is because Jesus, that concept of needing a savior, will cease to exist. Because people will begin to understand they don't need a savior. You're here to save yourself. So it is that concept. Because Jesus, I think in this show, he's talking about that, like the Bible was written at a different time than when they're saying, and it's kind of like made up. I don't know. You'd have to go on. This is the kind of show, I think, especially if you're somebody like me who is easily distracted, attention deficit. Like I need to go in and watch it a couple times to get all of the stuff. But it's got a lot of good information. But whatever I was saying. But anyways, in this changing of the ages, when people will begin to ascend or to transcend themselves, to put themselves forward, to know their own godlike powers, instead of putting them into somebody else, whether it's a person or a concept, it was still worshipped with manifests into a reality, into a being or whatever. So that was part of this past age. And I find it interesting because it is simultaneously going with when humans begin to empower themselves, Jesus cease to exist. Because what would we talk about in the future? Would we talk to people in the future about, oh, you need to worship this guy, he tells you how to live? No, we know how to live. It's inside of us. It's in our DNA. We have to turn that on so that we can connect with ourselves. So it is that movement away from having this Son of God to worship, which that's what, in this show, all of these different kinds of shows, there'll be things that are just, they're just fascinating, kind of like the pieces all kind of go together. So Initiation, if you haven't started that show, it's super, super good. And this one, it looks like there's only 2 episodes left. It's really good and they're really short. It's like 20-minute episodes. So it goes super fast, but it has a lot of content, really good stuff. So probably is definitely watch it more than once. But, and I haven't started the other one about the healing yet, but I'm going to watch that one too. I don't know if I will today because this one, I might just watch this one again because it's a lot to absorb and it's really, really good. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. And Mr. Wolf, don't mean to overload you. Talk to you later. Bye.